What is up, everybody? Ace here, and I am back on the JFS, hanging out. Oh, my gold's gone. Except it's not. It's in here because I'm preparing for the UHC Awards. So we got the Totems of Undying for each series champion, and then these golden apples are going to be for the general awards. Cook that up. Yeah, I went over to the gold farm to get some stuff for that. Nice. So, that is going pretty well. We are down to, for the UHC Awards, we are down to, we're doing all the battle categories. We are doing the finalists for 1v1, as well as the finalists for back-to-back battles, which is when one battle... It's basically when the winning team of one battle almost immediately engages in combat against another team. And then that happens again to create kind of a string of combat that's pretty close together. So once this is done, once April comes around, we're going to do best or favorite battle royales, which is just multiple teams fighting each other at once. And then we have May, which is a whole lot of nothing. Because I was going to do back-to-back... I was going to do the back-to-back category for May or whatever, for its own month. But there are so few entries, I decided to skip the nomination part and go straight into finalist voting. And in doing so, it felt kind of... didn't feel right to just give it an entire month to itself if we're only going to do one round of voting for it. So I just went with just kind of lumped it into the 1v1 category. So May might be an off month where nothing happens. Because as much as I would like to do this earlier, I want to incorporate UHC Season 30 into the mix, because partly because I want to crown the Series 3 champion that season, or after, I want to crown the Series 3 champion during the awards ceremony, because I'm going to do it for the Series 1 and 2 champions as well. But yeah, can't do that if we don't have the UHC first. And also, it would be nice even 30 seasons to go through. So, because of that, like I said, I can't really move anything forward because it relies on UHC 30 happening before we can do anything else. The only other thing I could do is start planning for the ceremony itself, which we can talk dates and times, but we can only really do that if we guarantee that the ceremony is going to happen in July, and not entirely sure if it will, because around the same time we might be doing a world reset. Might be moving on to Season 5 of the JFS. And I'm not really sure when the Cliffs and Caves update is supposed to be released, but once it does, we may move on to a new world. And they said it's going to happen in the summer, but the summer can be anywhere between June and August. So, if it happens in June, then I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to do the award ceremony as the grand finale. And I think we're also going to do UHC 30 as the last UHC before the new world. So I think if the update happens in June before we have Season 30, I think it's safe to say that we'll have both UHC 30 and the award ceremony before we reset. It's just a matter of when specifically that we do that. So I could do planning for it in May. But, yeah, I could. Because I'm thinking about it. I could do planning for it in May, in which we could, in which it could happen sometime in July, basically. And in doing that, we would have June for UHC 30, and then we would do last chance qualifiers and the winning votes, where we choose the winner per category. And that's going to be kind of a condensed series of voting, because especially depending on when Season 30 happens, because if it happens late in the month, then we have to kind of push the ceremony back, which is why I don't really want to start planning for it right away. So probably what's going to happen is, in May, in early May, Shaston will begin planning for UHC 30. Once we know when Season 30 is going to happen, which should be the second week in May, then I will probably post something about planning for the ceremony, in which maybe I'll just, set a Saturday. It's going to be a Saturday at UHC time, I think, is the best time to do it. And, in which I'm just going to say that's going to happen maybe 2 weeks after Season 30 or something like that. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. So, it'll be something like that. That's how May will go. And then June we'll have Season 30. And, for the first week after we play Season 30, we'll do the last chance qualifiers. And then for the final week leading up to the ceremony itself, we will do the winning votes. Then we will be able to do the ceremony in July. Something like that. So, last chance qualifiers and winning votes will probably be only a week long, basically. So, that's how that will go. Speaking of UHC, Season 29 has been recorded and the first episode came out. I am on a team with Shaston once again. This is our third time in 5 seasons that we've teamed up, which was 25, 26, and now 29. So, get to see how that goes. Unfortunately, there only seems to be three player perspectives, and the Mixon gave me a spectator perspective. So it's just me, Shaston, and Dennis who are recording, who I think have recorded this season. I don't know if Joda recorded, because he hasn't uploaded yet. He usually does, but I don't think he did this time. And then, I don't know if Tiny streamed, because if he did, then I will probably make use of that for the UHC Battles video. And speaking of UHC Battles, I think I'm going to retire that series after Season 30. And that's mainly because nobody records anymore. Like I said, we're down to 3 people who record now. And that doesn't really make for good content, in my opinion. It's not as exciting. For example, Shaston and I are recording, but we're on the same team. So you get to see 2 perspectives of the same battles, assuming we get into battles. And then you have Dennis's perspective. And then you have Mixon's spectator perspective, which is nice. But that's it. You get 2 teams and a spectator. So not very exciting in my opinion, especially not compared to like season 12 or season 16 where you had like several people, like 8 or 9 people recording, and I could like lump all those together into one video, and it's crazy and chaotic, but it's really cool to see how each player on each team does things, or how they all maneuver throughout the battlefield, or when does one team come into play while other teams are battling or something. Stuff like that is pretty cool to me. But you don't get that much anymore when there's only a few people recording, so that series is unfortunately going to have to go away after season 30, unless we get a sudden influx of people recording again. But I doubt that's going to happen. So, if it does, if we get more people recording again, I might continue it. My only thing with that is if people start recording again and then get bored of it again, then I, continue on into like season 33, and then people stop recording again, and then it's, gets boring again, and I don't want to stop partway through a series, I guess. So, I don't know. But, another thing I have to keep in mind is that season 30 is going to happen in June, aka after the time that I'm planning to move. Still not guaranteed that I'm going to be able to move. I'm still looking around, looking at low-income housing as well, and I think I'm finding places, but I am not applying anywhere until probably till late April, early May, maybe halfway through April, we'll see. Because part of the thing I gotta do is build my credit, so if they don't accept my current credit, then not great. But because we got the stimulus check, I was able to pay off my other credit card, so both of my credit cards are paid off in full, and once my credit score updates to reflect that, then I can, work from there. But I really don't want to get a job when unemployment is paying me more. It's really... Jesus, laggy in here. Like, it's really backwards that I getting paid more on unemployment right now than I had been getting with a job. But most apartments only accept you if you have a job, which pays me less. So, like, you want a job so I can get in, but then I won't be able to pay rent. But if I use unemployment, in which I can pay rent, then I'm not allowed to have an apartment, because unemployment is not a stable source of income, because it runs out. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how things go. If I get to, if I can use the low-income apartments, then maybe I can get away with it and land a job after I move. But, I don't know. We'll have to see. So... do that. This at number 1. This at number 3. I think there was some experience in here. Take this off. I don't know if the armor thing is still a thing, where the experience absorbs into your armor first, even though it's full. But, somebody left a lot of experience behind. So yeah, speaking of moving, like I said, I got my credit cards paid off. So in theory, I have plenty of money to move. I'm still going to make sure I put money aside in my debit account, or my checking account, I should say. but otherwise I'm doing good there. And I'm probably gonna... I need to buy tires for my car and hope it doesn't break again. And there's like one other thing I want to pay off to help boost my credit. Once I do those things, then I can just go into power save mode, and yeah. Maybe I'll try to sell some stuff around here too. Let's top these off if I can. Now switch that to number 3. So yeah, there's interesting times right now. Otherwise, there's not much going on. Winter's basically over. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Snow is melting, although it doesn't look like it in our yard. It's pretty much the entire yard's still covered in snow. But you go anywhere else and it's mostly melted. So yeah, winter's officially over. Hopefully I'll be moved out by the time summer comes around. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh, right, my analysis series that I was doing, my UHC analysis stuff. I am not going to be continuing that until this current UHC is over. Because I think the next video I want to do in the analysis series is the Season 29 recap, and I don't really want to do any more analysis videos without the new information. So that stuff is not going to happen. But that series should come back once the season is over. Also, April Fool's UHC is happening this coming weekend. This coming Saturday. I might stream it. It is probably going to be a test stream. So if it works, that'd be great. No guarantees I'll stream it, and I might just end up recording it. All depends on how I feel, but I'm considering streaming it, no guarantees. So, we shall see. I think that's really all the updates. I do want to do a couple promotional videos for Season 30, so some of that stuff might be coming out on the road ahead. For my classes, I finished filming for my final project, which I got everything done a week early, so this entire week I have off, basically. I don't know if we're actually having a spring break, though. Because this is supposed to be... This is week 4. But spring break is supposed to be coming up. And for us, it's kind of more of a... It's not much of a spring break. It's just no classes for a week. I think that's happening. So if it is, that'd be nice. But I think the next class that we do is when I will be editing the final project, and then I can upload it. And I'm kind of excited for that, because I actually put a fair amount of work into this one. So, hoping that I can, do the same in the editing process, which is usually my favorite part. So, shall see how that goes. And then, pretty much, once we get this final project done, like, after that, there's nothing fun left. There's editing, and I think there was, like, one other class that I'm sort of interested in, but then after that, it's, like, film history, and, not even film history, I think it's just, like, culture or something. I forget what class it is, but it's like, it feels like it's a film history class from the way it's being talked about. And then, you know, stuff like marketing and web design and stuff like that. Which, personally, do not care about. And then, I think there's supposed to be like a short class about resumes, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the short classes that we usually have, where it's not even a class, it's really just, so trim this down. It's really just, like an extra on the side thing that you do. Where'd he go? Did he just drop down there? Yeah. Oops. Great with the bow. But yeah, every so often we have like an extra, quote-unquote, extra class, when really it's just, like an informative lesson, I guess, and you basically just mark off that you've, you know, read everything, so you literally don't have to do anything. You just go through and mark everything off. Occasionally they'll have like a little mini quiz, but it's so easy that it just doesn't matter. You don't even have to go through the lesson. And as much as I would love to have a resume class where they actually teach me how to properly set up my resume, I doubt that this will be that kind of thing. So I'm pretty sure it will be pretty lame. I picked it up. I think that's going to do for this episode once I trim this part off. As you can see, I did another little section here, so I'm just continuing my way around the outer edge. In the event that we prepare to move on to a new world, and I don't have this done in time, I may see if anybody wants to help me dig it out. So, we'll see. But, yeah, that'll do for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching, and I shall see you all next time.